Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are back to Miss Chastity. This is part 76 of how she married a man that did not exist. So guys, the playlist is in the description for those that are just seeing it for the first time. Let's hit this running.
Part 76 of how I married a man that didn't exist. So I was on the phone with my parents. I don't remember if it was the phone or if it was FaceTime. And that is important because my dad hates FaceTime. Like, I'll FaceTime my dad and he just straight up won't answer. I don't remember. Anyway, I was just very upset. Now, they have been hearing this. And at first, back when all of this first started, I remember answering a bunch of comments under my videos that I did not let my parents in. I did not let them know what was going on. My mom knew first. My dad did not know anything for a while. I was ashamed. I was ashamed and I was embarrassed. And I felt like, I don't know if burden is the right word, but I felt like my parents flew all the way from North Carolina with my Nina. They spent their time, they spent their money, they had rented out the reception hall for the wedding, that I felt like a failure. And I really did feel very ashamed and embarrassed. Like, I felt like this is the best way to put it, I felt like I had wasted the fuck out of everybody's time. My best friend flew from Montana, my other best friend drove from Miami. I felt like I wasted everyone's time, money, and resources. So, one thing about my dad, he's gonna fucking say what he thinks regardless of my feelings. My dad can be rough.
And I love that because, let's face it, she actually needs people like that in her life. She herself is not willing to tell herself the truth or call herself, So she needs people that can actually talk. So I guess that's why she didn't want to tell her dad, because her dad would have told her the truth to her face. So this also proves my point that it's possible that her friends don't tell her the truth. I don't know if you guys remember me saying that. It's possible her two best friends don't tell her the truth. Either they don't tell her the truth or she does not tell them what goes on in her life. Because she's just saying that she has not told her dad. I don't know if you guys get my points.
From the edges, my dad can be a rough, hard man. But that man loves me. And he don't play about me. My dad makes me cry because he is blunt and he is honest. And that is something I have grown to appreciate as I've gotten older. Because as I said in a previous video, my dad be checking me because sometimes I can't check myself. And I need that little bit of reality from good old Bulldog. Which is what everybody calls him. So my dad got on the phone and we talked about me moving out. And at that point I had told my dad that I thought that I could move out by March. This was January, the very beginning of January at this point. I thought maybe if I save up enough, I'll be able to move out by March. Well, I had been on the phone back and forth with my parents multiple times throughout this night because Rob was just continually doing really, really evil things to try to set me up on purpose. So, my dad said absolutely not. He said that that's not going to work for him. So he said I was not safe in that environment and he was extremely uncomfortable with me being there. He said that Rob wouldn't stop here and it would progressively get worse until he put his hands on me. So my dad was not for this shit. After that, my dad said I'd hate to fly down to Florida and take care of that problem. Once again, I do have a half sister that is not my child, my dad's child. I am my dad's only baby. He does not play about me. Rough with me or not, he would go to the ends of the earth. He would do whatever necessary to ensure my safety and try to ensure my happiness if he had anything he could do to help that.
Imagine having a dad like this. Imagine growing up under this kind of protective household. And yet, hey, so I saw a post. Guys, let's just digress a bit. I saw a post where a girl was saying that, it was in the comments, they were going back and forth. Some persons were saying people that, grew up in a sheltered household with a lot of love, they tend to easily fall prey to evil men because they think every man is good because their dad was good. Okay, I think they were saying that people that have good fathers, girls that have good fathers tend to fall prey to men that are evil because they expect good from every man. So, and this is beginning to prove it. Chastity also mentioned, Miss Brittany mentioned, having good relationship with her dad, being a good man. This one too, see what she's saying. So, does that mean that women that grew up with loving fathers tend to be easy prey? Is that what this is showing? Because it's two of them, they didn't even have backbone to stand up for themselves. They kept tolerating the rubbish. These are the kind of things that a lot of women will not even tolerate, even like 0.25 of what Mr. Bob was doing to them. And they were not telling anybody. Guys, let's continue. I'll try not to pause it again.
So my dad, dead ass, said, no more waiting. No more. March is not good enough. I don't care. You need to do something now. And I'm like, Dad, like, what am I supposed to do? I have to save up money. Like, first of all, somebody in my comments was like, why didn't you just move? Baby, it takes a cool $6,000 to move anywhere these days. Like, be so fucking for real. And if you have it in your bank account, my Cash App is linked in my bio. So maybe I can move out of this apartment too. Like, please, miss me.
Let's be honest, Miss Chastity. Like you said, you don't like telling yourself the truth. You were not ready to move out from that household because from all what she has been saying, that household was dangerous for her. Like her father said, somebody like me, if I had a loving dad like this, before anybody even said Jack, I've carried my property to my father's house. I'd rather stay with my parents. I know that I'm safe than a man using me to do all that rubbish. Come on. That means, see, it still boils down to the fact that when you don't love yourself enough, people will use you and do whatever they want, and you will still keep taking it. Somebody tell her move out of there. You are saying it takes $6,000 to move out of anywhere. That means you don't even value your life to start with. Those are your two best friends, so they cannot house you until for 3 months. Guys, come on. Then, if that's the case, if this is what it is obtainable in the Western culture, then there's a bigger problem than what she's even talking about. Unless if it's just peculiar to her, she doesn't. Come on, guys, no.
With that, so my dad said, I'll give you 10 days to find a place. 10 days. And I will pay the deposit and I will pay first month's rent. And he said, and I don't mean a rundown slumlord place either. Somewhere decent. 10 days, that's all you got.
Imagine, you see, so her dad can even foot her bills, and she's staying in that kind of roof. Come on, guys, no. I'll still say it again. She was not ready to choose herself.
I settled this for a second, and I told my dad no. I'm a prideful person. I can be. I don't like to feel like anything is handed to me. I don't like to feel like anybody is doing me.
This is one thing that I don't understand about Western people. Your own dad that gave birth to you, you are saying I'm a prideful person. Mrs. Chastity, you were not ready to leave that household. You were not ready to leave Mr. Bob and his shenanigans. You were not ready to leave that household. I will say it to you. You were not ready to leave that household. How can you be saying you were in danger in that household? Your dad is offering to give you a way out, and you are telling me I'm a prideful person. No, guys. This one is not pride again. This is not pride again.
Any favors? I legit have been taking signed copy book orders all night long, and even that is making me feel funny. Like, I just am that type of person. I said, no, I can do this on my own. Like, I appreciate that so much, but I can do this. Like, I got myself into this mess. I can get myself out. And he was like, if that's how you want to be, fine. He goes, but when shit gets worse, don't call me when you're ready to go and you can't wait till March. So I tried to explain to my dad how I felt, and he said, baby, I understand that, I do. He said, but this isn't a handout. This isn't you being lazy. He goes, you work hard. This is me helping you get out of a dangerous situation, and you need to take it because you are not safe. So I said, okay. I said, I'll do that. That night, I was online looking for apartments, and I found quite a few different options. My credit's not the best, so I didn't know what my chances were. The very next day, after work, which was the day of the fight, I went and I looked at an apartment. And the community was nice. It was very clean. It was very quiet. I liked the apartment manager. He seemed like a good guy. I looked at a couple different units. They had studios, 1s, and 2 bedrooms here. I don't want a studio because what the hell am I going to do? I'm going to turn around and be in the same fucking spot. And a 2-bedroom seemed like too much, and I didn't want to go over. I didn't have a budget, but I didn't want to be paying too much because obviously the rent would be my responsibility moving forward. So I settled on a 1-bedroom, and I decided to apply that day. So I paid my I paid my application fee, and the apartment manager said it could be 3 days. So then I went home and I waited. And I waited for a couple of days. I kept this from Emily. One thing is, I was like, I'm not going to tell her until I'm sure, until he tells me I'm approved and ready to sign the lease. Because you never know how somebody's going to react in a stressful situation when their livelihood is being threatened. And I paid for a good portion of bills in that house. And I was a big help with the girls. I'm not even going to say help. I was a parent. I was a full parent. So me leaving would have been detrimental to her routine, her flow, the way things work in that house. She could have said, fuck you, get your shit and get out now. And I wouldn't have had a place to go. So at this point, I'm moving a little bit smarter at least.
And at this point in time, I think we can all agree that Miss Emily was, part of her child's whatever lifestyle they're living. Because the women were coming to offset the bills for her. The bills that her adult son could not pay. And I'm beginning to think that I guess he was just bringing out those women. He was looking out for specific kind of women to target as his prey. I think they have one thing in common. They have money to spend. They can take care of themselves. And they have the heart to also spend on their man. Not knowing that they're carrying bag of... Well, I don't even want to say something that is... Guys, I'm just so angry.
So, Thursday, I got an email and then I got a call stating I had been approved. Fight happened Monday morning. Looked at the apartment Monday night. Thursday, I'm approved. And when I tell you guys, man, I felt like I took a breath of fresh air after being held underwater for months. So that day, my dad sent me the money. He sent me the deposit, the first month's rent. He sent it all. All I had to worry about was anything I needed to go into this apartment. Because mind you, I had sold a bunch of shit when I moved over here. And I had to take care of moving costs. Boxes, renting the truck, the gas for the truck, moving labor, everything like that. But man, let me tell y'all about Bulldog. Let me tell y'all about Bulldog. That man is a father. And I am proud to say, and I don't know if my dad will ever see this, but I am proud to say I am the daughter of a father that my husband could never be. What a blessing.
And on that note, I will still reiterate. We as women be intentional in choosing men who will give our heart out to. Especially if you know you intend to become a parent. You want to marry that man. Don't just go and say yes to any man. Make sure you are saying yes to a man in 20, 30 years to come, you beat your chest and say, yes, I choose this man. Guys, I'll see you in part 77. Don't forget to like and subscribe.